stifle it. I mean, if, of all the things in Ben Affleck's background, the slave owner 160 years ago, if that's what humiliates him rather than the fact that he starred in Daredevil and Geely, then he's got his priorities mixed up. But there are a lot of folks on the left who feel the need to kind of cover up for ancestral history because here's the truth of it. Ben Affleck has a wonderful family story if you include the slave owner, meaning if you have the slave owner, his mom marched in the Civil Rights Revolution in '64.
That made
so he could
the
have
peace.
said, look how far America has come. Yep,
that made the peace.
He could have said, look.
That's the problem. And how does this even arguably reflect on him as a man? I mean, to have an ancestor who was a slave owner, why not just own it? And in fact, in the emails, you can see Henry Louis Gates saying this is not a good decision by him. We've had many other stars, including, he points out, Anderson Cooper, who he said is descended from at least one slave owner, who he gives major props to for being really open about it. It doesn't reflect on Anderson.
No, I mean, Anderson Cooper came out and he said that he felt bad that he had an ancestor that was a slave owner, but the country had changed. If you're far enough left, if you're a devotee of Howard Zinn, which Ben Affleck is, and you believe that America bears collective guilt for all the sins of the past and there is no repentance, then of course you would attempt to escape that collective guilt by saying, well, my ancestors were never a part of that. That really is the only logical reason behind this, because, look, there's nothing to be ashamed of that your ancestors did things that are wrong. Pretty much everybody's ancestors did things that were bad. That's the point. We've progressed beyond that, and if Ben Affleck can't see that, then that's the real tragedy in all of this.
Wait,
I mean, aside from the fact that he was in Reindeer Games and has been cast as Batman, which is its own tragedy.
Okay, but I think you're really giving short shrift to Good Will Hunting and Gone Girl, which just came out and was excellent. However, this is the same guy who says he can't watch a movie with a Republican in it because he knows he wouldn't like the guy. I mean, to be that sort of, you're bad, your sin is conservatism, while, you find out about your own family history that includes some sins in it, unsurprisingly, that has to be shut down so no one can judge you. Perhaps some open-mindedness would do the trick here.
Oh, the hypocrisy is amazing. I mean, the fact that he is so afraid of criticism from the right, presumably, that he wants to shut that down. The fact, by the way, that Henry Louis Gates went along with it is astonishing.
Well,
Henry
he didn't
Louis
want
Gates
to.
Is an enormously
he didn't
powerful
want to. You can
cultural
see in the
figure.
emails he was against it, but he recognized. He said this would be a violation of PBS rules, actually, even for Batman. And then they had a discussion about how it's going to get out. It's going to get out if we do this. And sure enough, it got out.
Yep, well, inconvenient news for Henry Louis Gates and for Batman as well. And Batman shouldn't keep secrets. Eventually, we will find out that he's Bruce Wayne. Gun routine. So she did this anti-gun routine. This is her routine of selling guns. This is what she thinks that. This is why she thinks right-wingers buy guns. Here we go. Amy Schumer.
Now, speaking of perfect gifts, now this is a no-brainer, all right? Now, this is a gun. Just your regular, run-of-the-mill meat and potatoes handgun. Now, how cute is that?
I love that.
Can we can pick it up? Oh, heavy.
Can I see this?
You can hold
wow.
it, sure.
Wow.
Look at that. Wow.
It's like a toy, but it's extremely real.
Yeah, and now here is what's great about this. Now, pretty much anyone can purchase this. Okay?
Oh my God, this is so fun.
It's
I love this. Hey, lady, give me all your money and your makeup. Oh my God, so fun, and it's on sale now. Call in. Oh, we got a call.
Oh, caller.
Hey, did I miss the Steve Irwin coins?
Oh, yeah, you did.
You sure did,
I'm
honey,
sorry.
but that's okay.
You want a gun?
Oh, no, I could never get a gun. I have several violent felonies.
Oh, no.
Caller, you bite your tongue, you silly goose. You can absolutely get a gun if you have several felonies, as long as you buy it on the internet or at a gun show. And caller,
none of these things are true.
Guess
Okay, what's so bad about this? First of all, it's bad comedy because it's not funny in any way. But beyond that, every element of this is false. All of the things about this are false. It's actually not that easy to buy a gun. You have to be over a certain age. They do a background check on you. Every federally licensed firearms dealer has to do a background check for felonies. If you buy a gun over the internet, it has to be shipped to a federally licensed firearms dealer. You then have to go to that federally licensed firearms dealer for a background check. The gun show loophole is not a real thing. Okay, real firearms dealers at a gun show still have to do a background check on you. The so-called gun show loophole is if I sell a gun to Lindsay. Okay, that's not a gun show loophole. That's a private party purchase loophole. That's a different thing. And there's been no evidence that private party purchases like that are what are leading to any sort of spike in gun. In any case, you wouldn't expect